Hello, good morning, everybody. Okay, guys. Um, Connecting the dots with Sakharoff number 131. Life hack for constant energy on gray days. Training heliotropism. And I think that's why Thea just sent me a sunflower. She's a mind reader. Okay, now guys, this is actually a very actionable, very practical life hack. Because you see what happens. Right now we are in November and, some places there's still sunlight. Some places there is rain. Sometimes I hear right now that people experience snow and fog outside. Can be a hard time of year with rain and wind and sometimes frost. Somehow it's gray and it's affecting our mental attitude actually towards the time of year, towards the day, and towards the weather. And the weather is actually the reason here. So let's start with heliotropism. So how do we train heliotropism? And what is heliotropism? Well, that's the ability of plants to take a certain position under the influence of sunlight. And the first time heliotropism was described by Leonardo da Vinci in his botanical studies. And, heliotropic flowers, they kind of track the movement of the sun across the sky during the day, from east to west. And if you saw a sunflower, I really like, you can say the attitude of a sunflower, because the attitude here is both mental and physical. And the physical attitude of a sunflower is rank, is like very upright, very structured. And you see, it's a big sunflower, can be big, but the structure is so perfect that it's not thicker than that, right? The structure, the column, the vertebrae of a sunflower, but it can hold different kinds of weather, very big head, and that's the physical one. And the mental attitude, the sunflower is always tracking the energy, actually, the good energy, because the good energy, that's the energy of the sun, right? Also, in times when you cannot directly see the sun, when the sun is under the gray layer, okay? Somehow the sunflower is always aware of where the sun is. And somehow the sunflower anyway gets the energy. And I decided to make this live because here for a couple of days ago I saw the note that I wrote for 5-6 years ago, and I called it a heliotropic principle, which basically a metaphor for a person who is attracted to energy and filled with light, in the same way as a sunflower turns to the sun and becomes filled with light and with energy. And I called it mental and physical sunflower. And that's why we are talking about that today. So basically, I really want us to train this attitude, mental and physical attitude of a sunflower. And we can also maybe find a good name for this protocol of radical acceptance of weather, radical acceptance of the times are shifting, radical acceptance of aging, all right? Because we are tracking the sun. It could be a metaphor for the day, all right? It could be a metaphor for the year, how the times shift, and it could be also a metaphor for life. So that's about radical acceptance also. But it's also very, very practical. So why do I say this? Well, because when you're feeling sad or depressed because of weather, and very often people, when I talk to people, the first things say, oh, it's very bad weather, very bad weather. And it's like when you say this, when you pronounce these words, they somehow influence your day. And I think we have to break this. We have to break this. We have to stop this. We have to reprogram ourselves. So when you're feeling depressed, the best solution could be to go outside. To open the door and stay on the porch of the house. If it's not in the house, open the door of the balcony, stay on the balcony, sense the weather. Or if you don't have a balcony, open the window. Sense the weather with your head. If you are bold, it's easier. But still, okay? So the nature of the air, the nature of the sun, the nature of the rain, of the wind, and the nature of the frost also, of the snow, will help you to reset these very, very strong, I would say, challenging also physiology of the mental state. Because your mental state will lead the physical state. Your mental state defines how effectively you breathe, how effectively you train, if you are training during the day, how you help yourself to reset the bad trends, and so they become the good trends in your health effectively. Okay? So that's what we call psychophysiological stress management also, because that's the mental and the physical attitude of a sunflower. Heliotropic principle, both physical and also psychological somehow, because those two, body and mind, are very, very closely tied together. And I used to do this, when I was like angry, and sometimes could be with my girlfriend or with my children. I could see that I have bad energy. So what did I do? Many years I was like, I just had to log out. I just had to reboot and come back. So what I did, I just go out in the weather. So I feel the nature of the air, of the sun, wind, frost, snow, and it helps me to reboot and come back. And I'm like a blank sheet of paper again. Okay? So, that's the thing. So look for a gift every new day. Doesn't matter the weather. Look for a gift in every new season. Also the gray season, if it's like that where you live. So don't be angry with the weather. Find the joy. Find the respect. Maybe we can say find the joyful respect. That's all. And that's could be many things that could prevent us from getting rid of pain, from getting rid of a feeling of being alone. Also from getting rid of the feeling that nobody's helping me. Nobody's helping me. Nobody understands me, maybe, what I'm doing. There could be many things, but one of the strong things could be independent. Be independent of weather. Pay attention to those elements of the air, cold or warm. the sun or the rain, cold wind, frost and snow. Get out, stand in the doorway, on the balcony, with open window, feel the weather. It could make a very, very big, a huge difference. And then, when you catch the energy somehow, you connect to the energy, you know where the sun is on this time of the day. Go out. You can stand on the lawn. You can lean against the wall of the house, something like that. And remember, nature has no bad weather. Nature has no bad weather. So you have to be able to smile and to express love with different kinds of weather condition. And it will help with life. And let's call it a mental attitude, a heliotropic principle, or the attitude of mental and physical sunflower. And there's a very nice Russian song that I want to tell you about. It's called Nature Has No Bad Weather. And that was a movie called Служебный Роман, which was a love affair at work. The text was written by Eldar Ryazanov, and the artist was Alisa Freundlich, a Russian singer. So the text was like that. Now Google helped me to translate. Like, nature has no bad weather. Every weather is a grace. Does it rain? Does it snow? Any time of the year, we must gratefully accept. Echoes of mentally bad weather, in the heart of loneliness, and sorrowful shoots of insomnia, we must gratefully accept. Slow death of desires, years and hardships, every day, all the overwhelming baggage that you are appointed by nature, you must gratefully accept. Change of years, sunsets and sunrises, and love, and the last grace, as well as the date of our departure, we must gratefully accept. Nature has no bad weather. The passage of time cannot be stopped. The autumn of life, like the autumn of the year, we must bless without grief. It is necessary, without grieving, to bless. It is necessary, without grief, to bless. Yeah, that was a lyrical part. So, lyrical digression, I would say. Yeah. But basically, it's not a digression. It's exactly what we are talking about. It's exactly what we are talking about. Nature has no bad weather. And going out and sense the weather is a life hack for constant energy on gray days. Okay, guys, that's what it is. And that's what I wanted to share with you all. And I'm sending you flowers here and hearts. And remember that today we have a Zoom session today. Our ship circle at 1 o'clock European time, 1 o'clock Copenhagen time. Okay, great. See you, my dears. Love you. I look forward to see you all on Zoom today.